everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you all how I do my everyday beat. This is the look I wear whenever I go, I don't know, to like the movies or something, or out to eat. It's very natural glam in my opinion. Yeah, so I show you all how I do this. I don't show you how I do my hair. If you all want to see how I do my hair, go ahead and drop me a request for that. Yeah, it's basically a general video, conversational. Yeah, I talk about things all over the place. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I achieve this look, continue watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. And until next time, I will talk to you all later. Bye. So I thought it would be interesting for me to show you all how I get ready on, I wouldn't say it's a daily basis because this is what I look like on a daily basis, but on days in which I plan on going somewhere with family or friends and it's not anything too major, but I thought I would share as well as just talk about what's been going on with me lately with friendships, personal things, and my relationship. So while I'm doing this, I'll also show you all the products that I'm using. I don't think it's necessary to list them below because you all will see them, but yeah, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my mirror and then my viewfinder is that way. So I want to make sure I'm still in focus, unlike my most recent video. And I apologize for the noise outside. Someone's car alarm is going off. I will start by hydrating my face with some Fix Plus, and then going in with my Smashbox primer in these areas. And this is a silicone primer. Oh, that noise is bothering me. But yeah, recently I've had to drop a few of my friends. I don't know if they're even gonna watch this video. If so, you know, it is what it is. No regrets, because sometimes you just have to do what's best for you, you know, and not all friendships are in your best interest. And I'm not going to say that these particular people are horrible people, because they aren't. I just feel like we weren't suited to be friends with one another, and that is perfectly fine. See, I'm the type of friend in which I love to see my friends grow and thrive, and I empower all of my friends to succeed, because that's what authentic friendships are about. This is my Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base. I use it also as a primer. But that's what authentic friendships are about, you know, just empowering one another. Oh, this is so bright. Okay, that's better. But authentic friendships are about empowering one another to succeed. And there were times in which I felt like these particular ladies sat up there and took me for granted. Like one specifically, she comes from one of the best familial backgrounds that I've ever seen. Like, I can only imagine, you know, growing up in similar circumstances. But so back to what I was saying. One of the girls, she had a lot of issues with her personal relationships, meaning she wasn't in a stable relationship, and nothing's wrong with that, But I feel as though, as a woman and as your friend, there's a lot of things I'm going to tell you. And you can either take my advice or be like, you know what? I appreciate your advice, but I'm going to do what I want to do. Well, this friend in particular constantly told me how much of a horrible friend I was because I didn't sit up there and I forgot to show this. Because I didn't sit up there and condone all of her movements. And I'm not that type of person. Like, if you are doing something that I know goes against everything that you claim you stand for, then I'm going to speak out on it. Because that's what good friends do. But yeah, she, I don't know, I don't think she liked it that much. So, yeah. Layla, can you do me a favor and go and get my setting powder? That's my sister.
That Laura stuff?
The Laura Mercia, yeah. But if you're doing something that acts against everything I know you want and claim you want as a friend, I'm going to say something to you because that's the right thing to do. And by the way, I don't add super light concealer to my face anymore, especially during the summer. So, yeah. Thank you, babe. But that's what my ex-friend was doing. And, you know, there's other things that she did to claim I was being a horrible friend. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just remove myself. How about that? And that's what I did. I removed myself from the situation. I went to an event she was having out of respect, you know, because I did say I was going to attend. And, yeah, I ended up going to this event. And after that, I didn't talk to her anymore. And I know some of you are probably like, well, maybe you should have communicated how you felt with her, this, that, and the other. And I did on several occasions. But eventually, you know, sometimes you kind of talk yourself into a point where you're like, you know what, I'm not benefiting from this relationship, so I removed myself. And like I said, the girl's a sweetheart, love her to death, but we're just not meant to be friends. And the way that I met her was through my fiance. They were cool with one another, and yeah, like we ended up hitting it off because she was having problems with old people that she was cool with. So yeah, but that's that. Layla, can you go and give me a MAC wipe, please? I have to wipe this stuff off my hand. Yeah, a MAC wipe and then one of my Huggies wipes.
It's the thing.
Yeah, a Huggies wipe and a MAC wipe.
Okay.
But then the other girl that I was cool with, that I stopped talking to, she was having problems with her daughter's father. And he, in my opinion, was doing her so wrong. Like, so wrong. And there's a lot that goes into that. And I do not want to put her personal business on here. But, yeah. Oh, I'm using Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in the color 9. So she was having problems with her daughter's father. And, thank you, babe. Okay. And I was telling her how I grew up and how my mom was very, like, I'm going to use the other side of this beauty blender, but how my mom was very, very emotional when it came to her relationships. And though my mom didn't, necessarily involve us in the madness or let us know what was going on as kids, we can sense that. We can sense when our parents are going through the motions, like, And I was telling her that, and she seemed to understand it. And one of her close friends, they agreed. They're like, listen to her. And again, I'm not saying that everything that I say as a friend needs to be listened to, but when you ask me my advice and stuff, and I give you that advice, you can either take it or you can go about doing everything that you want to do. However, this particular friend decided, I think she came over here one day and I asked her how things were going. And instead of telling me that they were going well, she was acting a little different. And I could sense something. But then I find out that she was talking about me to her friend. And instead of getting upset, I'm like, you know what? The problem is I care too much. I'm definitely that friend that cares. And I'm that friend that if you tell me there's a problem, I want to find out what the problem is. Like, I'm very, very truthful, loyal, and caring. Maybe that's the Aquarius in me, but that's just what it is. I'm very loyal. And I want to see all of my friends to be happy in their relationships and with life. And I don't feel any man or woman should be able to take that away from them. Like, I want the best for all of them. And to hear that she was talking about me because I cared, I couldn't believe it. And yes, I should have confronted her about it, but then that would have put her friend in a sticky situation. But even that day, when I told her, like, I asked her how everything was going with her daughter's father, she was acting weird. Like, I don't know. She was acting differently toward me than she's ever acted. So, yeah, I just had to let that situation go as well. Because I refuse to change how I am as a friend. Especially knowing that I'm a good friend for people that don't appreciate it. And that's how I feel. Like, I feel like great friends or your best friends are those that are very honest with you. Honesty is one of the best things I love about my best friend. Like, I love my best friend so much that I don't like her at times. Like, she annoys me because she tells me the truth. But I wouldn't want anyone around me that couldn't be truthful with me, Like, I value friendships in which people are opinionated. They provide their advice, even if I use it or not. Because as friends, we should be able to do that. We should be able to be like, girl, this person ain't right for you or isn't right for you or whatever, without fearing that our friend is going to be very sensitive about it. Oh, I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder right now to set everything with regard to my highlight. But yeah. So I had to let go of those friendships. And right now, the people that I'm cool with, what's weird is all of us have the same sign. All right, the people that I'm cool with that are females, we all have the same sign. except for my best friend. I forgot what she is. Her birthday is on the 19th of April. But yeah, I don't know. I value loyal friendships in which if we stop talking, you won't blast my business everywhere. Like my personal business. Like, I don't know. I know some people that have done that, and I'm so not with that. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I value loyal friendships. That's just what it is, and I love knowing that the people that I've been surrounding myself around lately love me for me, and because of who I am to them as a friend. Oh, by the way, I used my Bobbi Brown stick foundation in number 7 for this. But yeah, I don't know. Friendships are like relationships, you know. They just require a lot more. Is that sad? That's how I feel. Like, because when all goes wrong in your relationship, that friendship is everything. And my best friend, I can honestly say this, C, I love you. She knows 100% of my dirt. Like 100%. And I wouldn't trade my friendship for her, even if I barely talk to her at times, for anyone else in the world that isn't like, you know, one of my siblings or something. Of course, your siblings are like your friends too, but yeah. But other than my siblings and some of my guy friends, C is my best friend, and it's because when I need her, she comes through for me. Oh, and I'm using right now the mineralized skin finish in medium to set the rest of my face. Okay. Yeah. But lately with my relationship, I wouldn't say that I have like major relational problems. I just feel like things are getting a little difficult between my fiance and I because of wedding stress, and then stressing about finding a home to own and buy. So it's not really anything major, but I never thought that planning a wedding would be as bad as it is. Like, it's stressful, and I'm thankful that he agreed to wanting to get married when I was ready to, which won't be until 2019. But yeah, I just feel like, oh, the foundation, the blush that I'm using is Songbird by Becca. I feel like it's very natural looking, aside from the fact that I go overboard with it. But on days in which I barely wear this much, it's my most natural looking blush. Nonetheless, planning a wedding is stressful. I wanted something small and very intimate. John did not want the same. With his job, he has a lot of corporate partners that he wants to invite because he has great relationships with them. And yeah, it's making the planning process of our wedding that much more stressful because I don't have a lot of family that I want to invite to my wedding. Like, it's like after my mom passed away, I just wasn't close with any of them anymore. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, right now, I'm using the Dior Luminizer in number 3. I think I just hauled this or mentioned it as one of my favorite products. And now, like, I added it, but I used like a very dense brush. Now I'm using a fluffy brush to make it pop just a little too, see, like that. But yeah, planning a wedding is so stressful. And I can see us doing it the way that a lot of other people do it within the year, like planning something within a year, and it being even more stressful. So I'm so happy that we're not experiencing the same issues with it. So, yeah, blessings. All right, so now I'm taking my MAC 224 brush and my Dance the Tide Matte Shadow by NYX. It broke and shattered into pieces. So now it's like really dusty, but it's like a natural color eyeshadow. And I just put this all over my lid because, like I said, I'm going for something very natural. I don't know, like, how do you all handle your friendships? Like, for me, yeah, and I know I'm back on the friendship subject. Like, this stuff, it really hurt, like, to find out how they were feeling. And at any point, they could have came to me and told me how they were feeling, but they didn't. So how do you go about handling your friendships? Like, I know a lot of times, like, I would tell people I don't really mess with girls like that anyway because they're so catty. Like, you can't be honest with them. And then when this happened, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, these girls are bothering me because they don't understand what a friendship is. Like, it is like a relationship in which we set our expectations, and if those people aren't with it, then they can kick rocks. But I never thought that these girls would do that to me. The one person, like, well, one of them specifically, I never imagined her doing some other things that I didn't mention in the video that she did. But, things happen for a reason. And right now, everyone that's around me is growing and doing what they need to do to better themselves and contribute to not only our friendships, but anyone that I introduce them to, and the same for them. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm going to add right here. I think that's enough. Like, I like that natural look on my plain Jane days. Now, right now, I'm using my Anastasia brow pencil in the color dark brown. This is my favorite brow pencil. My natural brows are so long. People ask me if I draw them that long. I'm like, nope. That's just how. Oh no. So yeah. Natural brows. I just make them darker because I feel like they're too light after I apply my makeup. Yeah. This is how I like them to look. Unless I'm going out to like a club or something. Do you all still club? I'm in like my 20s, and well, my late 20s, and clubbing, it I don't know, it's still fun to me, but more like the grown and sexy spots. There we go. Brows, perfect. But more of the grown and sexy spots, like where they play R&B music. I'm not that much into trap. Like I mean, the only trap musician I listen to is Future, and I do not like Mask Off. I don't know why. Like, this brow is naturally higher than the other one, but it's not as arched. That's weird. So when I fill it in, it looks a little awkward. Talking and doing this, it's a skill. Like, so the people that are able to do it, kudos to you. Yeah. Layla, can you bring me some concealer? Please. My concealer pot. I mean, my MAC. It has 6 different colors. You know what? Thank God for younger siblings. Let me say that. I have one sibling on my dad's side. It's my brother. And then on my mom's side, she has 5 of us. And I am the oldest on both sides. My dad's side. Oh, yeah, I did say I have a brother. On my mom's side, it's me, a sister underneath me, a sister underneath her, then a brother. She finally got her boy. And my baby sibling is a girl. And she's bad as all hell. She's the worst out of all of us. I don't think any of the kids were as bad as that one. Nonetheless, we love her. She just gets on our nerves. And I'm teaching her how to read. And it has me skeptical about having kids of my own, because working with kids takes patience. And sometimes, I get confused because there's certain things she isn't able to pick up on as fast as I was, or as fast as the siblings above her was. But then I remember she didn't grow up with my mom. My mom passed away when so my mom passed away when she was 4, but it was the day after her birthday. So she had the mindset of a 3-year-old. But yeah, I'll talk about that in a whole nother video, because I don't want to get emotional on this one. But yeah, for all of you single parents out there, Lord, God bless you. Because I can only imagine how hard it is, My mom was a single mother. I respect single mothers. One thing that I don't like is when women post things like #TeamNoKids. So, because a lot of these women with kids that are single mothers or are in relationships are making it do what it do. Kids and all. Kids can only inhibit you if you allow them to. That's how I feel. I just feel like kids aren't for me right now, because my siblings are so young, and I still want to make them feel appreciated. And I don't want to have a kid and make them feel like they have to compete with my kid. And I know some people might be like, oh, you can still have kids and do what you need to do with your kids and have your siblings still feel appreciated and accepted. But I know how it was when one of my like when my middle sibling on my mom's side, when a new baby was introduced. You know, she was the youngest, and then he was born, and she got treated differently, and how I ended up stepping up, me and my sister, to make her feel appreciated and loved, because that's what we do. That's what amazing siblings do. We're not selfish. You realize that there are these little beings who need you, and you want them to get everything it is that you either didn't grow up with, or everything it is that they need in order to succeed. Because oh my gosh, okay, I don't want to get emotional, like I said, but seeing her go through all of that, and I would tell her, I'm like, I expect you to become great. Like, it's like having kids of your own. And I expect my sister to accomplish everything I accomplished and more, because of my selflessness, and because I feel like she's my child. You know, I raised her. I taught her how to read, how to spell her name. I was there for her first steps. Like, you feel like a parent already. And my mom was young when she had me. My mom was 15 years old when I was born. And then she had my second sibling when she was 17. Yeah. And my daddy was 17 when I was born. But yeah, I expect a lot of her. She's my little piglet. And then my brother too. When it was like when another kid was born, things changed. And I saw it, and I stepped in before they started to feel a certain way about themselves. That's what love is. Siblings, especially your older siblings, appreciate them, because they, man, we would do anything for y'all. But yeah. Oh, I'm using the Inglot gel liner too in number 77. I don't know if I mentioned that. All right, so this is looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and set this really quick. Do y'all? Oh my! I'm sorry if this is all over the place. You know what? I'm gonna add a little more highlight. All right, so now I'm going to add my Inglot highlighter, because I feel like I need just a little more. Normally I don't put on this much, but baby. Oh, there we go. Okay. Put a little bit over my brows, and then blend that. Sometimes I hate that I'm a loving person, but I realize that somebody's gonna appreciate it, you know. Get that brow bone too. Someone's gonna appreciate, oh, let this live. Right now, I don't think my siblings understand it. I don't think my friends even realize it for the most part, but nonetheless, I give them 110% of who it is that I am, because I feel like they deserve that. We have that. And now I'm going to put my lashes on. All right. So for my bottom lashes, Right now, I just use the Blank mascara. I talked to you all about why I love that mascara. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash. Right now, I'm going in with these lashes. All right, so I'm talking about, I was talking to my sister as to why my fiance makes me so happy. And like, y'all have no idea what this man does for my siblings. Like he loves them like they're his own. And I don't know, I just feel like anybody that loves me, I don't care about the older siblings because they're grown. But my baby siblings, you need to love them. Because all they have for real is me. And my sister underneath me. This man will do anything for them. I love him for that. To top everything off, I'm going in with my Anastasia, what is this called? Lip gloss. I told you all that like her lip glosses are my favorite. Even over the lip cream. Hell, I can't even think of the name of it. The liquid lipsticks, because they're so pigmented and nourishing. They're a little heavy, but I love that. And this is in the color Caramel. And there we have it. I am done with my look. Hopefully my conversation didn't bore you all too much. But yeah, I wanted to show you all how I got ready. If you have questions about anything, please be sure to drop them down in the bottom bar. And yeah, I'm loving this look. Loving my hair, baby. I'm about to put on my clothes. And you want to come say something? Here's my little sister. Look at her little puff squished. You see yourself? You want to say something, James? Oh, I have my siblings for some time. Why you looking awkward?
Dead, hello.
Right.
Who is Idris? Oh, is the camera looking right in front of me?
Come here, lint head. Oh. Come here.
I'm the one that was helping. I just
Right, that's Layla. It's my brother James.
Hi.
All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.
Bye.